Greetings and blessings, dear friends in the spirit 111. It is Eddie Luisi. How are you? Today's talk I am going to call the Neighbors Helping Neighbors. Before I start that talk, I'm going to read something from Daily Practice, Sacred Reading and Meditation. Human beings long for connection, and our sense of usefulness derives from the feeling of connectedness. When we are connected to our own purpose, to the community around us, and to our spiritual wisdom, we are able to live and act with authentic effectiveness. That was taken from the Healing Wisdom of Africa, Malidoma Some is the author. So, how was your week? How are you doing? How's your family doing? How's your friends doing? I know there's a lot of scary things and a lot of people are nervous and hurting and financially in trouble. But I want to concentrate on neighbors helping neighbors and good things during this time. So my dear friend Michael Ann Marie Sherlock, we have several Facebook private message groups, and she's part of one of them, and she put a video out and she asked people to do a little video, something that you're thankful for, or write something down. What are you thankful for right now? I'm going to just show quickly a piece of paper, but it's personal, so I'm not going to really share it with you, but whoosh. I made a Word document. It's on my computer. Good things happening with COVID-19 2020. And everything that is happening each day that would not have happened, I'm writing it down. And I am making a list of good things. I know my niece Kristen on Facebook wrote this big long thing about society changing and different things changing. So then she'll have a memory a year from now, 5 years from now, Facebook does anniversaries. But that was a very generic thing. I would like you to, if you want, to do your own personal one and write it down, put it in your computer, put it on your phone, whatever. But this is a personal list that I made for me and my family and what good things are happening. So, and I know some of you, a lot of bad things are happening, sickness and death and loss of job, and I am so sorry for your loss, and my prayers and thoughts are for you. But in the midst of anything that's going wrong, try to find some good too. And and don't forget the theme, neighbors helping neighbors. Okay, I think that's what I wrote. Yes. So I'm going to read, this is a mantra or a prayer that I read every morning. I got it from, there was this one book, and I forget the book, but she was a guest on Good Morning America, and it was in her book, and I took a copy of it, and then I started changing it and made it more personalized because some of the stuff that she had didn't do anything for me. So I made it more personalized, and then I flip-flopped and put things in a better order. So this is what I read every morning. Today is a great day. My body is rested and my mind is clear. I start my day with positive thoughts. I am energized and inspired. I am healthy, well, and vibrant. My day unfolds with ease and grace. I am open to receive God's favor and abundance. Creative possibilities surround me. People support me throughout the day. I take action with faith and clarity. I bring joy to others. I am a positive influence on the world and universe. I bring the light of Jesus wherever I go. All is well. I am grateful and blessed. So before I get into neighbors helping neighbors, You notice a different shirt today. How many of you out there know what this shirt's about? That's your trivia question. You could text me if you know. Maybe at the end I'll tell you, okay? So I'm gonna read a couple of texts, emails, private messages that I've been doing with different people, and then I'll kind of explain. Maybe it will self-explain itself. So this is an email to Robin Roberts, my dear friend, a friend in the spirit 111 for many years. Hey Robin, how you doing? Parentheses in an Italian accent. Thanks for the shout out yesterday. Miss you too. Hey Amber. So on Good Morning America, she was doing a remote hosting from her house, and Amber, her partner, is the camera person, director, producer, stage. She was like doing everything. So shout out to Amber. But Robin said that she misses Eddie and she misses the crew. So thank you for the shout out. Please scroll down and see who at GMA. Oh, this is me writing to her. Please scroll down and see who at GMA you can forward this to. Gina is a dear friend and a friend in the spirit 111. Thanks. Stay blessed and a blessing. Eddie, if you notice lately, if you get any emails or posts or texts from me, I try, if I remember, to write stay blessed and a blessing. It's just something that means a lot to me. So for all you out there, stay blessed and a blessing. Hey Eddie. Hi Eddie. Hope you and your family are doing well and safe, staying safe. This is from my friend Gina. We wanted to reach out to you to see if you could help us out. Our charity Rescuing Families was started approximately 4 years ago by my husband Vincent Centura, my brother Michael Cantone, and a close family friend Roger Grandpierre. My husband and I are licensed contractors, and we saw a need in our community that was not being met. We renovate the homes of families with disabilities at no cost to them. We have successfully completed 2 rescues, and we were about to begin our 3rd when the coronavirus crisis began. We felt the need to be able to help somehow. Last Saturday, my husband Vincent decided to donate 275 of our own N95 masks to healthcare workers and first responders. I took to Facebook to get the message out, and basically from that day on, we have been working nonstop to try to get companies to donate masks so we can distribute them to each individual healthcare worker. We have been able to give out over 3,000 masks to first responders, MTA workers, medical professionals from the Bronx all the way out to the Hamptons, VA hospitals, organizations for the homeless, and to group homes from Queens out to Suffolk County. That's all New York, if you're out of New York. We have recently received calls from Dallas, Texas, and Washington, D.C. We are a very small charity, and the word about what we are doing has spread far and wide. So remember, I'm probably, some of these texts and stuff might be a little out of order because this she gave to me before the Robin thing, but it's all good. You're understanding where I'm going. We have received help from a Long Island contracting business with over 2,500 N95 masks donated to us. Here is our website, rescuingfamilies.org. We are looking to get the word out about the mask and about our charity. Thank you so much for your help, Eddie. We greatly appreciate it. Please stay safe. Kindest regards, Gina Centura, the founder. So she sent this to me, and I sent it to Robin, and I said, Robin, if you could send it to any of the GMA producers, because they're really doing great work, right? This is nothing about me, folks. This is about neighbors helping neighbors, right? Robin writes back, bless you, my dear friend. Will Def pass along to producers? My sweet niece is a nurse back home in Mississippi. She just posted on Facebook that her hospital is desperately in need of supplies. Please include Lauren and her devoted colleagues in your prayers. Hope you and your loved ones are doing well. Robin was just asking for prayers. That's all she was asking for, right? She wasn't asking to help her niece. She was just asking for prayers. Now I have a note. Tell story of Lauren's Facebook page. So I knew Gina and I knew a few other people. And I started a private Facebook group. And I called it Lauren's Friends. And I told them about Lauren. And Robin just asked for prayers, right? And so things start happening, okay? And there's several friends that are part of that group. And you all know who you are. And I love all you guys. And things started connecting and people started helping each other. And there were prayers happening. And so Robin writes again, this is her, I guess, her email to some ABC producers. We need to do a piece on this incredible charity. My niece Lauren is a nurse on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. She's incredibly strong and called me crying because her hospital was running out of supplies and they were asked to make their own mask. She posted a plea for supplies on her Facebook page. I connected her with this group. Now the group is the Friends in the Spirit 111. And they are sending her 195 masks, 2,000 gloves, and hand sanitizers. My friend Nas was sending out the hand sanitizers, and other things were happening also. My dear friend Steve, let me keep on reading. Lauren said, this will protect so many of our nurses and staffs, and we will be able to feel safe while providing the best care we can to each and every patient. It's comforting knowing so many are doing whatever they can to make a true difference in countless lives. So I guess Tuesday of this week, GMA actually did a story with Gina and Vinny and Mike and rescuing families, and they call it Neighbors Helping Neighbors. And I was in my house on my couch because I'm home all this week. GMA is rotating crew and reducing staff. So this week I'm off. Next week I go back into New York City. So pray for me that I'll be safe in New York City. But I'm on my couch in tears. First of all, to get the story on GMA, so now, you know, millions of people can see the story. And then to just see the actual story of rescuing families, doing help. And at the tag, at the end, Robin, you know, was in tears, and she was reading stuff from her niece, how grateful she was. And Robin thanked me on the air for putting this group together and connecting people. That's why I put this Almost Famous, just as, you know, as a little lightness and a little levity. But also dear friend Steve, and we were chit-chatting with each other, texting, and he said his two daughters are nurses, and they're kind of on the front lines also helping, and they're in need of supplies also. And in our little group, you know, Nas was in there, Steve was in there, Gina was in there, my dear friend Donna, Natasha, Nicole. In the little chatting, Gina said to Steve, hey, we have some extra masks. I'll give some to your daughter for her hospital, which is locally New Rochelle, New York area. And I found out, you know, like an hour later, that Gina said Steve and his daughter, the nurse, are actually driving to my house, and we're going to hand deliver it. And then they met each other, they hand delivered the mask, and then Steve called me, and I spoke to him and his daughter, and they thanked me. And they were going right to the hospitals and right to 4 different places to deliver them. I mean, immediately they were doing this. So Neighbors Helping Neighbors and Friends in the Spirit 111, you're part of this. So I know there are a lot of you out there that are doing wonderful things, and maybe you're a healthcare provider, nurse, doctor, or you're taking care of a person at home that might not be feeling well right now, or maybe you're not feeling well right now. but we're all here to help each other. Friends in the Spirit 111. Everyone. You don't have to be a friend in the Spirit 111 to be helping others, but neighbors helping neighbors in any way that you can. Okay? So I'm going to read a little something called The Law of Circulation from Science of Mind, and then I'm going to tell you a few other things during this week that I've been doing while I've been staying home and being with my family. Okay, this is a Myanmar refugee. Francis Hungmang fled his home country when he was 10 years old and waited 4 years before being able to come to the United States. Not long after he arrived, Hungmang began a quest to give back to his new country. He joined the junior ROTC. He told a local reporter that he loved serving people and giving back to the country that had helped him. Unfortunately, the military turned him away because of vision problems. Undeterred, he joined the Albany Police Explorers to learn about becoming a police officer. If his vision keeps him from that job, he said, he would pursue a different career in criminal justice. Currently, he works as a 911 dispatcher while attending college, and he has been able to put his native tongue to use helping others. He admits that he has gone with the B plan for the time being, but he hasn't given up. This is a perfect example of the law of circulation. I am absolutely certain that Hungmang will find the perfect way to participate in the action of this law. He has an inner compulsion to give back, and he cannot ignore it. Whether a person is paying it forward or paying it back, this is the law of circulation in action. When we participate in the law of circulation, there is a flow of love and goodness in our lives because this participation is in complete alignment with our divine nature. Neighbors helping neighbors. And the affirmation or prayer, I activate the flow of the divine in my life by participating fully in the law of circulation, giving and receiving the goodness that Spirit intends for me. So I know a lot of you are nervous and scared and upset and hurting and sick, and try to stay positive. If you're on Facebook and you're Instagram and whatever else, send positive things out to the universe. Send positive things and loving and care things and the good things that are happening. We all have bad things happening. We all have been affected in so many ways. But we've been affected in some positive ways too. Share the positive ways, you know. Sometimes people don't want to hear all the complaints. Or sometimes people don't want to hear all the nervousness and all that, you know. Because we all got it. And I know you need to share it, but maybe it's not needed to be shared publicly. Maybe you need to pick up a phone and call somebody and then share whatever you're going through privately or in a private message or in a one-on-one text. But when you share it to the universe, try to be a little bit more positive and have the example of neighbors helping neighbors in any way you can, you know? You don't have to have 275 masks and ship them out to Mississippi and New Rochelle to be helping your neighbors, right? There are many other ways you can help neighbors. So as most of you know, I am a church musician in the Catholic Church. I play at 3 different churches on the weekends. So I've been off those days also because the Catholic churches and most places of worship are not holding their services where people could go in. So there's a lot of live streaming going on. So Monday I had a meeting with the Marian Shrine and some dear friends there, Father Mike Pace, Catherine Ramirez, Bill Kimbark, and another young lady who's she's a high schooler who's gonna do a reading. I'm sorry I forget your name, your mom was there. But we kept our distance, but we're at the Marian Shrine discussing a live stream service tomorrow for Palm Sunday. So we were discussing the liturgy planner and placing the camera and placing different things for the shots and the instruments. So we spent a good hour and a half just prepping for that. So that was a good thing. Neighbors helping neighbors. We were helping each other. We were helping the Marian Shrine to do what they're going to do. And in turn, the Marian Shrine will be helping hundreds, if not thousands, of people that will go on their on their Facebook page tomorrow for a live stream. Tuesday, I had a phone call meeting. Catherine again, who's a music director and a fabulous songwriter and vocalist and piano player and flute player, and she's just very talented in all forms of music and ministry. So myself, her, Father Madden, Father Oswaldo of St. Peter's, we had a four-way phone conversation discussing Triduum and music for Triduum and live streaming. And Triduum, for you who are not aware of that, is Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and the Easter Vigil, Holy Saturday, and Easter Sunday is Easter Sunday. Most people know that. So we were discussing that. So here in my little office, right, I'm home. I'm home for the week. In addition to being with my family and helping out with distant learning, right? We have 3 daughters at home, 7th grade, 11th grade, college. So distant learning has been interesting at times. But I'm staying positive, right? And so in the midst of doing that and cooking and baking and playing games and watching movies together and taking walks outside, I'm still doing ministry and helping others, even from here. Wednesday, I had another phone call from Katiana, who's a writer for Emerson College's newspaper, and she was interviewing me because I did a whole Facebook post about partial refunds, tuition refunds. So she saw my post, and it created a little buzz in the community, and so she called me up to be part of a newspaper article. Thursday, I think, was just kind of family and chilling and our walk. Friday, yesterday, my dear friend Sean Kennedy, who's a fabulous percussionist, drummer, podcaster, his list goes on forever and ever, and also an educator, an author of books, music books. We've been chatting, actually, I don't know, like over a month ago, and he said, with this whole distant learning, he said, I'm going to be asking some close friends who I know would be really well to do videos, and he uses StreamYard and for students in his district, and this is Pennsylvania. So not just one school, but the whole district. So we recorded a 45-minute chat with 2 boxes and video, and we did that, and it was absolutely fabulous. And he eventually will be editing that, and he will put that on Facebook. So I will share that with you. And then, like I said, not today. Today is family time and cleaning the house and getting everything in order. But tomorrow we'll be doing 11 a.m. live stream for Palm Sunday at the Marian Shrine. So check that out. I'm going to read a couple more things. Somebody knocked at the door. Hopefully it's not anything super important. I'm going to keep on reading until a big knock goes on. This is also another prayer that I read every morning. And I think about you guys when I read this. It's an affirmative prayer that I received from the Centers for Spiritual Living in Rockland County. Reverend Jennifer gave this to me. Today, I, Eddie Louisi, gladly accept every good thing to come to me, my family, my friends in the Spirit 111, my friends in the universe. For I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in our affairs. I am keeping my whole mind and thought and expectation open to new experiences, to happier events, to a more complete self-expression. Everything that belongs to Spirit, I accept. Everything that partakes of the nature of divine reality, I claim as my own. I identify with success and I prosper in everything I do. As I give thanks for the good now flowing into my life, I gladly share that good with others. The more I give, the more I receive. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security. For I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence forever seeking an outlet through me. My cup runneth over. I exist in limitless possibility. Amen. And so it is. Try to say that. I don't try, I do every day. This is from Joel Osteen. I usually end with Joel Osteen, but today I have a couple more little things I'm going to read after Joel Osteen and Victoria. Wake Up to Hope devotional. From John 16:33. I have told you these things so that in me you may have perfect peace and confidence. In the world you have tribulation and trials, and distress and frustration. But be of good cheer. Take courage, be confident, certain, undaunted. For I have overcome the world. I have deprived it of power to harm you and have conquered it for you. Now, I'm not dumb. I know, people are being harmed right now with COVID-19. But I'm trying to stay positive, right? I'm trying to stay positive and see good throughout the hard times also. When trials and tribulations come, as children of the Most High God, we can take courage. We can be confident, and we can have perfect peace. Why? Because perfect peace doesn't come from the world. Courage doesn't come from the world, and neither does confidence. These things come from a relationship with Almighty God. We can have hope in challenging times because God has promised us victory. As long as we stay in faith and as long as we put our trust and hope in God, we will stay in victory. No matter what you are facing today, remember, faith pleases God and opens the door for his supernatural favor, strength, and wisdom. Don't settle for defeat because you are pre-programmed for victory. Choose to thank him for what he is doing in your life and for the victory that is on the way. Be strong, be bold, and take courage today because God has overcome the world. The prayer for today. Father in heaven, thank you for loving me and setting me free. Thank you for your promise of peace and victory in every area of my life. I declare I am bold and strong and courageous to do all God has called me to do. I choose to keep my mind focused on you, knowing that you always cause me to triumph. In Jesus' name, amen. And the wake-up thought. When you face adversity, have the attitude of a victor. You may go weary and tired, worn down, and ready to give up. You may be. You must act on your will, not simply your emotions. Sometimes that means you have to take steps of faith, even when you are hurting, grieving, or still reeling from some attack of the enemy. Keep standing on the inside, and God will step in and do what you can't do. And this is from Fasting and Feasting 2020, Unity. The Allness of Life. This was Sunday, March 29th, and that was my dad in heaven, Papa, his birthday. He would have been 93 years old. I love you, Papa. From Reverend Eric Butterworth. The key to understanding prayer is allness. I use it interchangeably with the word God. So often when we use the word God, we think out, we think up, we think something separate. As long as we think something separate, we've created a separation that exists only within us and otherwise does not exist. Prayer can only be effective when we think oneness. So instead of thinking God, I think allness. Allness means totality. It's not out there somewhere. It's the whole of things. All life is present. If there's allness, the whole is present. All life is present. All wisdom is present. All substance is present. All guidance is present. All love is present. We live and move and have our being in this allness, which is present, not absent. Prayer is not trying to get more life, to get more love from God, but instead to know our oneness. The psalmist sang, "Be still and know that I am God." Trying to get more is to be still and know that I am the activity of life, all life, expressing at the point where I am. Jesus would say, "It is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." And the kingdom, he says, is not here nor there, but it's within you. The kingdom is the whole that is present even in the part. The kingdom is the oak tree that is present even in the seed. It is the Christ that is present even in the disbelieving person. It's the allness of God that is present in the individual at the point where he or she is. Stop thinking in terms of separation and absence and saying prayers and doing all sorts of magical things that you think are going to cause something out here to come into you. Be still and know my oneness. Be still and know that I am. That God is present, not absent. Knowing that, I become relaxed and receptive. I allow the infinite process to simply do its perfect work, and its perfect work is to express itself totally and completely in me. It has no other intent as far as I'm concerned, except to hear me, guide me, to direct me. And that was an excerpt from Practical Metaphysics by Eric Butterworth, Unity Books. I'm going to end with this one little quote. This is taken from Daily Practice, Sacred Reading and Meditation. It's from Parker J. Palmer. Community does not necessarily mean living face to face with others. Rather, it means never losing the awareness that we are connected to each other. Neighbors helping neighbors. Friends in the spirit 111. It doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter what your race is. It doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter your culture. It doesn't matter your sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. We are all one. We are all connected. It's interesting on that negative tone, right? A lot of people out there who are still scared. You know, a lot of people saying this coronavirus doesn't differentiate all those different things I said for the illness. And I understand that. But also God's love, our unity, our connectedness is overpowering, and we are connected in all those different qualities and characteristics I said. So dear friends in the Spirit 111, and for those of you who aren't friends yet and you just stumbled along this video, God bless you. God bless your faith. God bless your family. God bless your friends. As my dear wife would say, cue the spirit. Cue your spirit. We're all neighbors to someone, so try to help somebody if you can, in any way you can, small or large. And if you are really in your house and you're not getting out at all, not even in the front or back or taking a walk, say a prayer for somebody. Send a good thought. Also, I have several, like I said, Facebook private message groups. And at 111, Friends in the Spirit 111, I send out a reminder just to stop what you're doing and say a quick little prayer. Or if you're not a prayerful person, send out a positive thought or something that you're grateful for. And if we have one or two people to do it, great. If we have hundreds, thousands, millions, awesome. But where two or three are gathered in prayer, right, we're stronger. So, dear friends in the Spirit, stay blessed and be a blessing. One other note. I was, like I said, I text and email and private message a lot of people, and a very dear person, I said, you know, stay blessed and a blessing. And instead of saying thanks or okay, a person wrote back and said, how do I stay blessed? I said, whoa, this was a time to be a minister, huh? And I just shared. And how do you stay blessed? How do you stay blessed? Being positive, being caring, being loving, helping others, being a neighbor to neighbors, right? The more you think of others in front of yourself, that's how you stay blessed. And then you become a blessing because you're blessing others, right? And then things come back to you, right? You get blessed, you're a blessing to others, and blessings come back to you. There was a lot more detail and a lot of sharing, and I was sharing with this person some personal things that I haven't shared with you, but good things that have been happening, and things that have been just aligned, and God has been blessing me and my family privately, just for being a blessing to others. So dear friends in the Spirit 111, stay blessed, be a blessing to others. I love you. God bless you. Namaste. Peace. Blessings.